Hi everyone, we are back with John David Berdahl working on our scrape paintings. We each have completed one and we're starting on our next because it's just so fun.
Yes, it is. That's why I picked it.
Yes.
Right? Only fun. That's the only outcome there's going to be.
Yes, I'm having a great time scraping. I've painted my second black canvas and now I'm scraping away, but while I'm doing this, John, you wanted to touch about the different types of paintbrushes.
Oh yeah. So paintbrushes have different types of names and different types of, I suppose, uses. You know, and so what I'm working with here would be considered sort of a bright, okay? And that's a short, flat sort of paintbrush. Okay, you're working with a mop brush. If you hold that up, and it's going to soak up paint.
It is reminiscent of a mop. Yes,
it's going to be like just like a mop. And then I brought other ones. Everyone's seen the fan brush, right? You've seen one of those?
Oh, yes.
And a lot of, when I'm in the grade schools, a lot of the kids think that's going to cover like a large area, you know, of the piece that they're working on because it looks so large like this, but it's more for, you know, sort of texture.
Yeah.
Sort of details like, you know, whatever the foam on a crest of a wave or, you know, foliage on a tree, you know, or edges of clouds.
Absolutely.
You know? And so, yeah, and then there's a filbert. I brought all the different ones. There's a round, and you know I could hold them up, but you know, yeah, there are different types of brushes. This one's an angular. You can see it's at an angle, you know, just like that. And so that one's great for circles. You can make a circle with that sort of thing. You put it down, you know, and then twirl it like that. Yeah. So yeah, there are different types of brushes. Each one, you know, go ahead and read about that. You know, there are plenty of books and plenty of websites, that sort of subject. And I said, oh, you got the palette knife. Good.
I
Okay,
do.
so that's a palette knife.
Okay.
Yep. And you're scraping, or I guess, yeah, scratching a whole bunch. Gosh, and that's looking
I am
great.
indeed.
Okay,
This
well,
is so fun.
Unfortunately, I have a great example of what not to do
Oh,
now.
what did you do?
I did not scrape fast enough, and I let the paint dry over part of my drawing, so you can't see it. The colors shine through here. So here's a little note of what not to do at home. But John David, there's actually a second method you can use where the paint dries all the way, but you switch it up a little bit. So tell me about that.
Certainly. And so, yeah, you can actually let the paint dry. Yes, you would mix it with dish soap, you know, and then let it dry so it has a different sort of, it doesn't adhere as much to what you're working on, or it doesn't stick or stay. Yeah.
And then is that going to be more of the chalky consistency that you see with the pre-scratch off art?
Oh, yes.
Yes! That's what I thought we were doing at first, actually.
Oh.
This is more fun.
Well, you thought wrong.
I thought wrong.
Yeah.
This is so fun, I feel, to do with the kiddos. I think the kiddos would absolutely love this.
Well, yeah, I was just saying that out in the waiting area, and it was really great to be sitting and chatting with individuals. What a great show it's been.
Oh,
you know, so much wonderful content. You know, thank you for allowing me to be a part of this. You know?
Of course.
And so talking about how there may be some students, right, little learners who are home today, you know, for one reason or another. It's like, what are we going to work on? You know?
I know there's one in particular, homesick from preschool, Asher, if you're still watching. Hopefully.
Okay, I'm loving yours so far. You got funky shapes.
Yep. So I just got some lines on there, and there's going to be a whole bunch of colors. Here we go. Yep.
Okay, I've completed mine. I basically kind of scraped off all the black, but some of it had already dried, so it has this really cool effect.
Oh, good. Well, yeah, it's only cool.
Yeah.
You know? And yeah, it's going to be messy. You know, and I was just saying in the waiting area too, or I guess green room. Is that
be a
what you
little
call it,
noisy.
or something like that? I was on a sofa.
Yes.
I was on a sofa a minute ago. Whatever room you call that. You know, and yeah, and so if it's not messy, it's not art. Okay?
I love that.
And if it's perfect, it's not art.
Yeah.
Okay, because it's not a process. It's not creativity. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so those were types of brushes. Here's the project and the documentary film. Right.
Yes.
We have an exciting update for that.
This is going to be a full trailer for this weekend.
Amazing.
Yay!
Yes. I'll start from here, you know. And so,
Okay.
Yeah, I'm supposed to say if people can donate to it, the distribution of it, great. That'll be in the trailer, you know.
Well, for people who maybe weren't tuning in last time, do you want to tell us about what your documentary is all about again?
Sure, it's about stuff.
We'll leave it at that. You'll have to
stuff
watch and find out.
Mental wellness, personal stories, and hope in Fargo-Moorhead.
Wow.
Okay, yes, it's huge. 2 years I've been working on it. It was just this little thing I started working on. An individual asked me, what is autism like for you, John? Can you make a movie?
Yeah.
And here we are.
The
It's
rest
about
is history.
Fargo-Moorhead, yes.
And you were telling us in the commercial break that you have upwards of 36 interviews.
Oh my gosh, even,
That's
that are on
amazing.
the screen. Like you can see the 36 that I put in the film, you know, but yeah, there's so many more. It's like 90 hours, 100 hours of conversations, you know, and so I guess I'm some sort of expert now, you know, I guess to whatever, toot a horn, whoop, you know, kind of thing. Anyway, I've learned so much, and there's so many people who are willing to help, who are ready to help, eager to help.
Yeah.
Individuals who learn differently, who feel differently in Fargo-Moorhead.
Yeah,
It's enormous.
We love that. Where can we
good.
find more information about your documentary?
Oh yeah, so I have a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
You know, you can go find that with at Really John David. Social media at Really John David, because I'm
Really, John David. And of course, you keep teaching classes throughout the community as well. So where can they find out where you're teaching next?
Oh yeah, and so you can go to Moorhead Community Education. Definitely there. On Facebook. You know, I had a website for a little while, but I thought, you know what, it was just working out on Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah.
We love Facebook here in North Dakota.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's kind of like the party line.
There you
You know,
go.
if anyone recalls those, right? You know, pick up and just talk to someone at a certain time.
That's a little
Anyone
old
could just
school
pick
for
up.
us.
Oh really? Don't bring up party line on.
Don't age yourself.
Yes, no landline sort of conversation.
Well, thank you so much,
Oh,
John
yes,
David. We'll hold
yes.
it up one more time for our
Yes.
audience members. Woohoo! But coming up on today's show, we'll be right back with some more North Dakota Today right after the break.